Balham their home, Hackney their home, Brent their home, yeah, Luton, Birmingham, they spread all over, and they were helping to build new houses. And on those sites there were bombs that had not exploded, but yet they were brave, they had no protective clothing, no, they kept on, for the sake of the children, to give a better education, they kept on, yeah, they led the way, they had to come together. See, it said on the doors, no blacks, no dogs, no Irish, so they had to find a way to put together money and buy their own homes. Yes, that's what they did, our parents those days, both the Caribbeans and the Africans. Yeah, but we're talking about the Windrush generation, they came on the Windrush. Yeah, those people came on the Windrush. Respect to those who came on the ship Empire Windrush, the Windrush generation, from 1948 to 1971. We honor you and we salute you. Brah! Sound Ministry. That's right. MBE. They reached the heights, dizzy heights. MPs. They reached the heights, the dizzy heights. Doctors, nurses, graduates, intellects, artists, photographers, singers, financiers, big up Kushni, financiers, big up Kushni, came with £1 to the UK, seeking for his own future to make it brighter. Financed all the fashion industry, made names of all those young up-and-coming talents right here in the UK. Yeah, people like Kushni. Yeah, also I remember used to be a record shop called Jetstar. People never knew that reggae was so intelligent.
I am Norman Mitchell, MB. Came here in the year 1955. Came to Forest Hill, and I moved on from Forest Hill to Paddington. And from Paddington, I moved on to Halsden. And I'm now living in Halsden since 1957, of which I found the area, the people that I met, they was quite courteous, loving, kind at that time. And but there was difficulties. When we came for a living, we couldn't scarcely get places to live in because there was obstacles that they don't want no black, no dog, and no Irish. But unfortunately, we make it through. And the way open, and we are still here, and God opens the way for us. And since I'm living here, my children that were born in Jamaica, I was able to take them up, and also I was able to send for Elizabeth, of which she's the lead singer of Bonnie M. She went to Germany, and from Germany she have been all over the world singing By the Rivers of Babylon. And Mary, Boy Child, and Daddy Cool. And these are her hits in the early 70s, of which she have done well. We give God thanks for that, and we are still here, plodding along and hoping the best.
It's just a coincidence that we've met at this particular occasion, and we was talking about the system and talking about the older generation and how they set the foundation for us. As per previous conversation, I am a bit disillusioned in the way that we as a race hasn't actually moved on. The Windrush generation, and we could use the word Windrush because that is sort of a statement which sort of tells you about the people who came in the country in the 50s and 60s. To me, they set the foundation. They had the real struggles. They came into this country in the UK when there was the types of the mods, the National Front, the ICF, but yet they were able to work with that system. There was 5 families living in one house, but yet they were still able to work and do what's necessary to survive. During that time, they didn't have the proper transportation. They had to use public transport. They were nurses. They were working on the buses. They were working on the trains. Most importantly, they were working in factories. In this day and age now, there's hardly any factories. You had the pickle factory. You had the biscuit factory. My dad worked at Ford's in Dagenham for over 30 odd years. My mum worked at Peak Freens, which was known as a biscuit factory way back when.
The life in Britain, it can be fantastic as well as it can be a dull one, but I had to give first of all praise and thanks to God for strength, keeping me well, that He blessed me with 6 children, and I was able to see them through schools and growing up to be young men and young women, as I always pray and ask God to allow me that my life be last to see all of the children pass the worst in life. And I am very pleased. I remember I used to tell God that, so I give God thanks, and I give Him thanks for seeing them growing up and pass the last one, which is now 57 years of age. I think that's a blessing. And they produce, and I have 15 grandchildren, and they produce, and I think I've gone over 11 great-grandchildren. So the family have been increased quite a lot. But it is all through the power and the blessing of God.
That we as a race hasn't actually developed the way we should do. I get fed up to hear people keep on blaming slavery, keep on blaming racism. I'm not disputing these facts hasn't happened. I'm not disputing these things hasn't happened. I was there. I've seen there. I lived about a couple of miles from the Stephen Lawrence when he was killed down in Eltham. I was around during the New Cross fire when 13, 14 young youths got killed in a house fire. I understand the principle. I understand the principle of how we are. We have history of where certain things never work for us, and the government or maybe the organisation or whoever never helped us. I would like to see more unity within our people. I don't know if I'm going to see this in my lifetime. I honestly could put my hands on my heart and honestly don't think I will see it in my lifetime. And the reason why I'm doing this interview or this short message is it's not about me. You know me, I have my home, I have a roof over my head, I have food on my table, I run a fairly decent business. You know what I worry about? I worry about my children, and most of all, I worry about my granddaughter, because I ain't gonna be around to guide them and help them, because by that time I would most likely no longer be on this earth. and I'm worried about what's going to be left for them, what future they have. Because unless we change things and give them the opportunity and have our own business, have our own retails, have our own sort of franchise, we're not going to move forward. I'll give you a prime example. If you're going to book a venue for a wedding, how many venues can you got? You basically 90% of the time you're going to have to go to an Asian person who's a management of a building of some kind, and you're going to have to hire the building from this person. I think our biggest problem is trust. And as in the conversation we had just a moment ago, you was talking about the partner, how the Windrush community had a partner where they put money in, and so the partner might have had about, for argument's sake, 16 people in a partner. So you had 16 people over a period of every week putting in X amount of money. But you know what's so special about that? Is that at the end of the day, the last person within the 16 to get their money would have always got their money. And that to me was based on trust. They knew at the end of the day they were working a system which generated money so that they could maybe put a deposit on a house, or maybe go on a holiday, or maybe do shopping, or do something which was going to make their life better when they got that bulk money. The reason why we're not able to do it now, and I stick by my guns, is that we lack trust and unity. And this is quite hurtful to say. I've seen over the years how other races have come into the UK. For argument's sake, the Polish people have come in the UK, and you walk around and you see all these Polski shops. They're taking over to the degree of within the building trade. You've seen a lot of them going in, and they will cut the price to make sure they get in it. And then the Somalians. A lot of us do not look at the Somalians as Afro-Caribbeans, because we sort of separate ourselves from them. But even the Somalians have come after the Caribbeans, and they're achieving. There's a lot of cafe shops in Streatham. You go around Housden, there's a lot of cafe shops, and I'm not saying that all of them are good, but a lot of them they're having business.
Balham their home, Hackney their home, Brent their home.
Protecting you?
Yeah. Because I was the same thing, where I think it's like a very sort of traditional, especially some parents, they're like that, aren't they? Where they have this strict thing. I've heard it before, where we weren't allowed to sleep out. No, the same thing.
And I remember every morning without fail, we would come downstairs to cornmeal porridge on the table.
Famous
like
cornmeal
the
porridge.
famous cornmeal porridge. Dad, why do we have to eat this? It'll make you strong. I was like, okay, Dad. But every single day we would have to eat the same thing, cornmeal porridge. And I remember my favourite bit of the cornmeal porridge, my dad was always put a cinnamon stick inside. So I used to suck all the, the inside of the cinnamon stick. It was so yummy. The flavour, Not to mention the cocoa butter legs. He would religiously have to cocoa butter our legs every single day before we went to school. We had to have shiny legs.
That's good, isn't it? That is really good. That's really good. It's a tradition. Tradition. It's not, you don't see it now.
No, you wouldn't. No, we wouldn't allow us to sleep out.
Like your friends.
Our friends. You wouldn't allow that. And I
do you think that is? Because I know what you mean.
Do you know that? Yeah. So I feel like it's that part when you become a woman, or you start to sort of develop. I feel like it's that fear of
something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen. So he had this like kind of like royalty kind of vibe. Like, okay, you can't sleep out. If you want to go out, you can't sleep out. Bring your friends here. Why, Dad? I want to go to them. No. They can come to you. So he always wanted to safeguard us, nurture us, keep us away from harm. And it was only as I got older I really respected that. But obviously I understood the reason behind it. But obviously as a teenager, I wanted to go out and do what I wanted to do.
start it, Dad?
Yeah, make that part of right in.
So if you click on that, you're turning off the volume. What did you think about this coronavirus?
Well, all I know is a disease coming to kill our people.
Okay. And when it first started, how did you feel? You know, when it first come about and everything. Was it helpful, especially when you had to make a mask? What did you have to do when you had to make your own mask?
Well, just watch by the telly and they show you how to make it.
Yeah. And you made it out of your, what did you make it out of again?
Cotton, one material, innit?
Yeah, some tea, was it tea?
And tea towel.
Dad, how we used to keep in touch? How did we keep in touch through the COVID?
By the phone.
Was it a phone? What else you used to do?
Or the laptop.
Yeah. You would phone, innit? FaceTime.
Yeah, or text.
Yes, yes. Used to text.
Text in the morning.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Phone
What did you used to say in your text?
How everything going on? Everything okay? I'm alright. Oh yeah.
Do you remember what we used to chat about?
I hear anything on the news.
And you was quite good.
I say yeah.
You know what? I used to get my updates from you. You used to be the news for me.
What's it like to see your daughter again in flesh, in person? You know, after the lockdown.
It's good.
You feel happy? How do you feel?
Oh yeah, we're happy, ain't it? Yeah, miss you all.
Because it's been from what, like March, innit? March was the 23rd, innit? From then that we hadn't.
I think it started the 28th of Feb. From my
something
remember.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around there though, but
Yeah.
just as you leave, you're locked down, ain't it?
Yes. Just as I left, my last, and then that was the lockdown.
So what's happening now? They're coming out of lockdown? What's
Yeah.
happening?
What's the latest now? What is the latest news now, Dad?
And then they lift the lockdown and the two people can visit you, two family.
How's it work? Is it like two different families or two people?
Two
So
family.
like us, is it
Yeah.
like us? So
Yeah.
one household can go to another household.
Yeah.
Okay. Can they have party in the garden?
We're going to a party tomorrow.
You can party in the game about 15 people, ain't it?
But yeah, okay, so you can do that.
We invited party here, there, and everywhere.
Because we're
so
invited
we've got to be
tomorrow
careful.
to one in the garden. So I'm just a bit concerned, but I suppose.
Yeah, because
You'll be alright.
Scotland they can invite to run about 30 odd people can go church, ain't it?
Okay, and wedding, innit?
Wedding and all that.
Wedding start again?
Well, weddings,
Monday,
30
tomorrow.
people, up to 30 people.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Monday.
but social distance,
And
innit?
Wednesday, something on the dog out my game.
Interesting.
Is
So-
the spas open on Wednesday?
Hairdressers and
Hairdresser.
Monday hairdresser go. Hairdresser open some, you know, some hairdresser open, but not all.
Okay.
But Scotland
beauty
and
parlors.
Wales now them are going to open up some Monday, innit?
I think the beauty
England
par-
open up a few from the 4th, innit?
Yes, yeah.
4th of July, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were a bit
And
concerned
then
about the second wave, but so far
By
so
next
good.
week now, them I want people who can go back to work, supposed to go back to work.
Next week? Okay.
Yeah.
So who can go to work must go to work next week, and
Yeah.
those who can't can work at home still.
That means they're going to take them off the furlough, isn't
They're
it?
going to take a furlough, innit? They're going to take them off it.
That's if they can get them
Yeah,
off.
in July, innit?
So at the end of July, they're
in
taking them.
July or the 15th.
They're taking them off the furlough.
Yeah, it's either the 15th or the 25th, innit? One of them.
It's got to be 15th if they come from next week, innit?
Yeah.
That means that they have to go and earn the money.
God, that's why they say those who can go back to work go back to work, and those who
Yeah,
can't
because
can stay.
the virus going down.
Yeah. So the Scotland is advanced then compared to here.
Now Scotland are the there because them still up on the 2 meter limit, innit?
Okay. So we are on what?
Wales.
Wales is on what?
Wales, a lot of people have to go back and work Monday and thing.
Are they doing the 2 meter distancing?
Yeah.
Are we doing the 2 meter
No,
distancing?
we're upon one.
Oh, one.
Yeah.
You know, I passed, when we was coming here, I passed, you know, they can sit outside and eat. And I was looking to see if they had their 1 meter distance. And the tables are all very close to each other. And they're not doing it.
Food tastes better, isn't it, that way?
That's what they call 1 meter.
You're joking.
Well, where the tables, is that what they
That
call
is
it?
only about that, isn't it?
Yeah.
1 meter only.
But what about the person, you have the 1 meter there, so one person there, one person there. What about the back to back? They're not 1 meter.
It's no problem.
But back to back on 1 meter.
They're not facing each other.
That is your people.
Yes, to stop them catching the thing.
Okay, so
you
they're
know.
not
When you're
facing.
back to back, you know, catch
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could be in the atmosphere, don't get me wrong, but still,
Yeah, because they could go, and they go,
Yeah, they come, but it's going to get the person in front of them, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's projection they don't want. Anyway, on a positive
England
note.
come down to 1 meter per body.
They come down.
It's only Scotland and Wales.
Yeah.
They're still hang on to the 2 meter, but I think next week I'm out.
Is
come
it
down to
Scotland or Wales they must stay within their 5 mile
Both of
limit?
them.
Both of them. They're still under their 5. They can't come across the border.
No.
Oh, okay.
So they can't. But I heard some of them were coming over to England to
I
party.
think it's Monday.
When on the 4th of July,
4th of July?
They came across some of them, yeah.
Oh, really?
Don't blame them.
What
Yeah.
did you think, on the 4th of July when they all went out to the pubs, Dad? What did you think about that? There were no social distancing, they're all drinking.
No,
What do you think about that?
that was it. That was in 2 meter, ain't it?
Yes, yeah.
But them was only outside.
They were outside and they were very close,
Yeah.
and they were drunk
But
and,
they could come outside.
yeah.
But they have to buy the drink and take it outside.
What do you think about it?
Well, it was a start, anything they do, innit? Anything what them do, it was a start. They couldn't just leave everything on that. So because
So it was a start.
Yeah, otherwise you'd be in permanent lockdown, wouldn't you?
Yes, yes.
it would be war if they would just leave everything like that.
Yeah. You believe it. People were going crazy. They were
There was tension.
Now,
Tension.
Next week now they start live. People can.
What sort of tension did you experience out there?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I experienced when a couple of weeks ago when I went to the shop, there was one guy and he was in front of this, the security man, and he was like this in front of him, and the security man didn't have no mask, and he was arguing with I don't know what was arguing over, and I thought, well, where's his mask? The security man's in the front line. Where's his mask?
He didn't care.
And he was so angry over something. And then another time I went to that same shop, I told you that, in the car park, the man got his, those big vans, and he's got right across about 3 parking spaces. And all I can hear was quarrelling. I'm thinking, who's this person? And I realised it's him on his mobile phone, the door wide open, and it's like, I don't know, he's stressing over something. So all I can say is that the corona brought a lot of stress on people, because some people not working, some people lose their business.
Oh yeah.
Some people have no food,
Some people have enough food.
no money for food, and all sorts of things. No accommodation. Homeless people, nowhere to stay. So much
Did you
stuff.
see any of that, Dad, when you went out? Did you see anybody?
No.
Because you went early, innit?
Yeah.
And he was indoors most time.
I went before them.
Yeah. So he goes to me, wash my backside. That's what wash my backside. This is what you're here for.
Where was this?
Clapham Junction. I
But
was working.
when was it? And what? National Health? What was it? If you explain, because we don't understand.
Yeah,
what this
care
is.
home.
So that
The people with bicycle chain.
Yeah.
bicycle change.
Walk around the braces, think they're so proud and all that one.
But we turned them around. When they eventually got to know us a bit and understood the music, people like what's his name, Prince Buster, they loved the music. We turned them around, and then all of a sudden they were actually loving black culture, first ones even, which is interesting. If people are trying to beat to death and they realise Why are you against them?
Because they had so much negative things about, when they first came here, it was no Irish and no blacks. No dogs, no Irish
That's
and
to
no
go up on the bus.
And the thing is, though, they categorize the dog with the Irish and the black. All like it's in the same category.
And the bus, the red stripe, red bus.
The red bus,
then no white, ordinary white is downstairs.
Upstairs?
Those that carry the dogs and things,
Upstairs.
the white go upstairs.
Okay.
No black downstairs. Black have to be upstairs.
This is in England?
In England.
Yeah.
So you're saying that's like apartheid?
Segregation.
Oh wow, in England we had it here. When was this? What year roughly was this then?
In the 60s, early 60s, going way up.
So when did you come here?
60.
You came in 1960 and you're saying in the buses, black people have to go upstairs.
Yeah.
Who could tell them to go up? Was it the bus conductor or what?
The bus conductors, and if they don't go upstairs, they put them off the bus or there's a fight.
Yeah.
Since the Jamaican come here, the Jamaican is the one that bring the fight on to them, and
Because they don't take rubbish, yeah.
They don't take any rubbish.
If you're going to mistreat us, you're going to mistreat you back, innit? That's what you mean, yeah?
Take it.
Okay, so that's a revelation. I never know that.
It was bad.
Is this your own brand? What's the brand called, sir? Okay. So how long have you been making them?
15 years.
You realise this is a celebration of Windrush?
Yeah, I celebrated Windrush yesterday.
Yeah.
Some of our flavours. I had this one, Scotch bonnet, chili jam on.
Okay.
And also had Jamaican chutney.
I had a bit of a blank there.
Well, celebrated Windrush.
Okay. Well done, well done.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Balham their home, Hackney their home, Brent their home, yeah, Luton, Birmingham, they spread all over.
Hello, my name is Ethel, MacPepple-Jaja, and I'm here with my sister, who will introduce herself.
My name is Elaine, and I was born in Jamaica. My mom left me from, maybe I was 2 years old, I don't know. And she came over in 1952, and I was left with my grandparents. So I grew up with my grandparents, between my grandparents and my dad. Yeah? I was alone. I was an only child at home. I was alone all the time. It was all right. And when I was with my dad we had brothers. But then when I was at my grandparents' place, I was on my own. So my grandmother took a cousin, and we used to play. And we always have a dog. We play with the dog. Yeah. And when I was 14, my mom sent for me. My uncle started getting my papers out to come over. I came over when I was 15 in 1966. And I started going to school. I met my sister, little thing.
What about the story when I came to the airport?
When she came to the airport, all she was doing was just like a finger pointing at me. Didn't know who I was.
I remember.
I didn't know who she was. Anyway, we came home, and I think after a month I went to school. Started going to school.
What was it like when you came here and you started to go to school?
When-
What was it? How did you feel? You know, you had to go and take the bus, and you had to go to school.
But
what was your
when
experience?
I was taking the bus to school, mind you, when I came over, the snow was reaching up to my knees.
Oh gosh!
When I took the bus to school, these old people used to put their hand in my chest and, push you off the bus and go back to your country, black bastard.
Oh no!
Right into my chest. Right.
And you were young.
Yeah.
You must have thought, how did you feel?
Horrible. Coming from, never have that happen to me.
What was it like at school when you went to school? What was do you remember your first day experience? Were people friendly? Did anyone come and speak to you? How was it?
Sometimes. But the classes, when I went to the classes, the things that they gave me to do, this time we passed through that ages ago at school, was they used to put the milk and the window ledge. That's what they used to use as fridge. And set the jelly out there as well. when it was covered. It's alright.
I can't remember this milk bottle. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what they used to keep.
So it's cold.
Yeah,
so
that's what they keep. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, you mentioned chips. The chip shop.
The chip shop. What they used to do is serve chips in a newspaper. We're not used to that. So
did you tell the person if
once,
they could?
Once I went to buy fish and chips and he put it into the newspaper and I said, no, thank you. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry.
So did he change it?
He did.
He put it in a proper...
Yeah, put it in a proper paper.
Goodness.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Experiences.
To us, newspaper is dirty. Newspaper is not clean, Yeah. And then newspaper here, when I came here, when they take the newspaper to the shops, they used to put it on the outside on the ground, and they used to dog pools, so we didn't, But back home, we know that newspaper is not clean anyway. So that's why we know that.
So it's like the association of actual food being put on newspaper.
That's not very hygienic.
It's not hygienic.
No.
Can imagine.
This is it. Yeah.
So any other things? So you're talking about your training and nursing, and then what happened after that? With your training.
During training, the girls, we used to go out together. Yeah. Clubs. Parties.
What clubs? Do you remember the clubs you used to go to?
Few clubs. I think there was one called the Apollo. Yeah. I can't remember any others.
What was it like when you went to the...
It was good. You enjoy yourself, you dance.
Yeah. What about fashion? I remember you was into fashion because some of your pictures with the latest, I always remember hot pants and I remember these lovely purple boots, suede boots. I remember
boots.
Yeah. Where did you used to get your inspiration from, like the fashion? Did you used to look at magazines or
the girls they used to wear them? So I just went on with it.
You just sort of said, where did you get your top from, or share the fashion news?
But of course, I didn't go out a lot. My stepdad always checking up on me, and mum.
Okay.
They always phone to say if I'm in the nursing home.
Oh, the nursing home, they used to check if you're in.
Yeah. So they always phoning often. So I didn't really. I was obedient. I didn't go.
You didn't go out a lot.
No,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Just sometimes you'd go out with your friends and parties and everything.
Yeah. Oh, what? That's stunner.
Stunner, as in. You had all your looks together.
Oh, yeah.
So a stunner?
Yeah.
Is it because you were a stunner?
Think, I'm going to have meet boys and go off and, whatever.
They were just strict.
They was very strict. Really very, very strict. Yeah. So, yes, it was. Yeah. Very, among West Indian people, it was very common.
Was that the same with your friends as well? Did they had the same problem with their parents? Yeah.
My age group, yes, but the older ones, some of them were married, so they didn't.
Oh, they didn't have that problem.
No, they didn't have a problem. No. Yeah, that's the nursing. Yeah. It was good. I remember meeting Muhammad Ali at the Q Club.
What was that like? Meeting Muhammad Ali?
Good. He used to look tall when he was fighting, but he's not that tall. He's short.
Is he short?
Yes, short and stocky.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was good. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So did he come in with a crowd? I mean, how did you know it was him? Did they say? Oh,
they point him out. They said they introduced him to the people in the Q Club.
Yes.
Yeah. And he was just walking around, talking, laughing, joking with people.
Like Muhammad Ali.
That was it was good.
His character. That's nice.
I can't remember any other famous people. When that was after. When I got married, there was people who comes over from Jamaica. These artists. That was there.
The Jamaican artists, the reggae artists?
The reggae artists, they used to come over and sing.
funny enough, you talk about the Q Club. I remember we had like Gulliver's, which was in the West End, and they used to have like famous people, celebrities who'd come. It was, you had like downstairs and then you had upstairs, and they'd play like the latest music, soul music and reggae, and you dress up, you can dress up, and you go down there and you dance, and it was, it sounds, Q Club sounds like your time was Q Club, our time was Gulliver's.
Okay,
Trojan music.
I can't even remember now. But
so reggae, the latest.
Yeah, the latest reggae.
Was it small or big, the Q Club?
Not very big.
And it was in London, in the city?
Yeah.
In the city?
Not in the city.
Somewhere in London?
Yeah, somewhere in London, but I can't remember. It's such a long time.
Was it crowded? Was there a lot of people?
Yeah,
always a lot of people, so very popular.
Yes. African and Caribbean people goes there. A little bit of white, not a lot. Yeah, but it wasn't that big. It was small. Average, I would say. It's not too small, not too big. But it was always crowded.
Wow.
Yeah, especially if somebody's coming over. Like the night when Muhammad Ali was there, it was crowded, of course, because everyone wants to see Muhammad Ali.
Of course.
They used to have these, what they call it, house parties.
Did you have to pay?
Yeah, I think £1 to go in. Yeah, but sometimes the police used to raid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they used to dance and drink and whatever. Yeah.
It's held in houses, isn't it?
Yeah, in houses. Yeah. And then you dance until you sweat. It's
like,
it was fun.
Good. It's the same thing, because we had a shipping. I remember going to one once. Yeah. And dance till the morning. The lights come up.
Sometimes I used to come back on duty just in time to go on duty.
So you had no sleep, and then you just straight to your work.
Just have a shower on duty.
Okay.
And sometimes the next, like the weekend.
Yeah.
All weekend we'll be partying.
Yeah.
Just go out, come in, have a shower, nothing, go on duty.
How long was you on duty for? Do you remember? All day or?
All day.
Wow. Did you feel tired, or maybe because you was on the go?
You're young then, now you can't do it.
Now.
You
drop now.
Exactly.
An ancestor or predecessor, let me see, an applicant to a student at school that was detented by, okay. So like mom,
she always encouraged her children and her grandchildren to aim for the top. Education, she said education comes first before anything else.
She always had this thing to the top. She always had this expression.
That's it.
Wanted to be to the top.
That's what she told her grandchildren. Aim for the top. Nothing less.
So do you think we've achieved that?
I think so.
That legacy, we've achieved.
And her grandchildren as well. That thing they have achieved. And they always go by what she said. Aim for the top, especially Adrian. He always aimed for the top. Yeah.
So it's a legacy that's instilled in them.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the same here as well with the grandchildren, with ourselves as well. Exactly. With education and nursing, you achieved your profession. Right, with me, I achieved mine, degree.
Yeah, because she always says, education comes first. Anything else can come afterwards. So this is what I follow when in training, in my nursing. I always finish my training first before I start.
Do anything else.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Start from when slavery get abolished, from when slavery get abolished.
What about in London? How did it start? Notting Hill? What happened?
Trinidadians get together.
Listen, 1960s. Listen, 1960s to come from 1960s from people from Trinidad. They had the steel pan. They started with a steel pan in London. Started with steel pan walking on with a panorama thing, and after that they start developing to be like real carnival thing. But really, it started from Trinidad and the steel pan.
early. No, it's not. I was speaking to Barry today. He said, show me that. So I was trying to film inside of it. I was just Wednesday. On Sunday. Very happy. That's the inside of it. So I got a bit of red on there. Yeah. My other car was all red. It was quite emotional actually saying goodbye to my car. I went with my niece. She's there, but she said, "Oh, it's only a car."
Okay, hello. I'm Derek Mullings. I'm the owner of Snake and Mongoose, present bar that we're filming in, and also the owner of Suave Hair Salon, which has been established in Croydon for now 25 years. I've been in the hair business for 30 years. I've worked internationally as ambassador for L'Oreal. I've worked for Luster Products, which is a black-owned company, which has been going for over 50 years. Okay, I was brought up in Jamaica. I was born in London, but my parents took me to Jamaica when I was literally 8 months old. I came back to London when I was 18 to better myself. I discovered that, okay, opportunities were here, which my parents and fellow, people of the Windrush Generation established roots for us to carry on and keep the Jamaican flagship flying high. Okay, so I've established my business now. It's a new venture that's been going now for 2 years. It's I knew that there is opportunities within the community in Croydon itself where there's a new generation regenerating going on, and I want to be a part of that. I want my roots to be part of that. You know, we've established ourselves in this area. Why not be at the forefront of the business community? You know, for me personally, nothing is impossible because we've had a great foundation. I have a long history of my people. My grandparents has been business people. You know, both grandparents, my parents has been business owners for many years. So I just knew that I can carry on that flag. For some of you youngsters out there, it's not impossible. It might seem rough. You know, the society might be negative about us as a people, but you know what? You can do it. You know, it's possible. And I'm living proof that it's possible. As I say, 25 years in business in Croydon is one of the longest standing black-owned businesses in Croydon. I also have the ownership of this property. I've actually bought this premises now last 14 years. I've actually invested in this property, and that's one of the only way forward. If you're gonna be solid as a business, you need to create that foundation, and what it is invested in the property. I think one of the only other black-owned businesses I would say in Croydon is granaries, and I remember, you know, over many years, Clem set that foundation, and he started out in property. So to be honest, that is the way forward, to own your property, own your business, and establish yourself that way, you know, rather than go out renting or leasing. Purchase your property, own that foundation is absolutely, important, and that's where I see my way forward and my long-term future. In this area, I know that this property will never be sold. It's going to be passed on to my son and for future generation. So I'm just saying the importance of establishing yourself is to create that solid foundation. A little bit about Snake and Mongoose and the business. We are a Caribbean natural juice bar, and we do a variety of based on healthy food. So we do more natural jerk food or grilled food. So we mainly base our food on, we want to get away, we want to be a healthy nation as well. So I'm kind of promote healthy natural juicing and grilled food. So going back to our roots, we are a strong, healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy spirit. So that's one of the things that I'm kind of my ethos that I'm promoting within the community and within the business as well. For, another step is like employing our own as well, creating jobs, creating, employment, and, keeping our community striving, so supporting our community, giving back to our people. It's about, if we support each other, we can sustain and be as positive and just grow stronger. So just remember that our community is the most important. Other nations or other nation, they are, they support each other and they stay close to each other. We do support each other because my business has purely been generated. Suave has amazing support over the last 25 years, and it's from my black community. And without Suave, it would be none of this. So we do support each other, but I just want continual and just be conscious. I want our youngsters be conscious of it, that if we're gonna be solid and our community gonna be more solid, we have to just pull together and work harder together. Yeah, cool.
My name is Shirley. I'm from Jamaica. I came here in 1961. I live in Brixton when I first came, and then I moved to Stratham and then to Croydon, and I've been in Croydon since 1967. And I do come to this church of England Church. I've always come to this church since I've living in Croydon. I came to church today, this afternoon, to celebrate the Windrush Generation. That's just us is going on in Croydon at the moment. There is so many places where you can get information about the Windrush. Okay.
Me now? My name is Elsie Henderson. I'm from Barbados, the beautiful island of Barbados. I came in 1965. I came because they called us, and we came. We came to
Don't bring back no fruits, no nothing.
we came to help with the shortage in the NHS because it was so bad. So we were called and we came and we did our bit. And I contributed to the NHS for 44 years. Well, my parents wasn't here. I was the one. I came at the age of 19.
Yeah.
I came at the age of 19 to help with the shortage in the NHS.
The country is richer for our effort that we put into this country because they needed lots of workers then. There were lots of things to be done. Lots of they were short of people to build the country, and we were there to help them. So that's the legacy that we're leaving. That we
have enriched this country.
Yeah,
we are so diverse, and we have enriched the country.
Yeah, we have enriched the country. Yes. Yeah.
Culturally, we mixed with different cultures.
Yeah.
Mixed with different cultures.
We brought a lot of our culture here, and we blend in with them, and then we bring some of our culture, our food, and our recipes, and our way of life of enjoying things.
And they by doing that, they tend to want to eat our food and go to our parties. They enjoy us really
and enjoy our country because they never used to travel as much as they do now to go to other countries. They enjoy the traveling and experience other cultures.
Because at one time they would say what part of Africa you are from, or what part of Jamaica you are from. Things like that.
What about your experience being here for such a long time? Did you ever miss home, miss the people?
Oh my goodness, in the beginning, oh dear. In the beginning it was bad, real bad. You feel so lonely because I came to my cousin, they were in their 30s and I was just 19. My birthday was in May and I came here in June, so I was just 19. They didn't go out like how people do now. They just go to work and stay in. And it was awful for a young person. There was nobody to go out with, and you're in a new country, you're not used to their culture, and you just felt lonely, alone in the world, like you had no one. There was no, I could read books and all that, but you can't read books all the time. I couldn't go to the cinema, I couldn't go to church. At the church they would say, you are not welcome, our congregation don't want you in the church, so we couldn't go to church. And because the church was the first place I wanted to go, hoping that I would make friends there, because I had no one here to go out with or to meet up anywhere. And you miss not just the sunshine, you miss your schoolmates and your friends that you had in your country, and no one was here. Writing letter wasn't the thing. It took about 3 weeks for a letter to reach to Jamaica and to come back here. It took even longer than that. So writing letter wasn't, you can write, you used to write to our parents and our brothers and sisters there and, friends, but it wasn't the same. It was the most lonely time for me in this country. I just felt I so locked in, and you was in one room and you just wanted to get out and do something, but you couldn't. You was afraid because you don't know what was going to happen. You don't know the area. You don't know anyone to talk to. Everybody was a stranger to you. Loneliness was the most awful experience that I had in this country, being lonely.
So how did you cope with that?
Well, eventually you go to work and you start talking to people, and I managed to meet up with somebody from my area, my district. Well, we call district, and over here they might say village. And then so we eventually make friends with people, but initially it was not good. It was not good, especially because you couldn't go to church. Because church is so important to us. We go to church 3 times on a Sunday or 4 times on a Sunday. Coming here and couldn't go, it was the worst thing that could ever happen to you. Worst thing ever. I persevered because you couldn't just go back home. I think some people did it, but my cousin sent for me, and it cost £85 for the fare. And then if I wanted to go back, I had to pay my cousin back the £85, which I didn't have, and my parents didn't have it, so I had no choice. I had to stay and work. And the first thing saving I did was it was a really thing to save that £85 and give it back to pay back my cousin, so that my mom wouldn't be worrying that she owed that £85. If I had gone back, I wanted to go back. I desperately wanted to go back, but when I think that my mother haven't got £85 to pay, I haven't got £85 until I saved it, and I save and save and save, and I felt better now when I pay back my cousin the £85. She wasn't pushing me for it, but I felt obligation that I must pay back my debt. You had to share a room. We share. She had 2 small children. I had to share the front room. There was a put-up bed in the front room for me until they got me a room somewhere in another house. All my children were born here. I had three girls. And now I've got 4 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. And I'm happy that they've learned about all the things that I have to go through for them to have a better life here. Now they have more freedom than we had then.
My legacy would be, because I've struggled to get where I am, I would advise my grandchildren, I've got 4 grandchildren, and I would advise them, don't be afraid, work hard at school and college and whatever, and be yourself, don't follow anyone, be grateful that, we've succeeded, and we gave it our all. Well, grab the opportunities when they come up.
I would say to my generation and those coming up after me is we can do anything. As the song says, we're young, gifted and black, or we might not be so young. And we have opportunities and we can seize them. One of the good things is also if we can like check for each other and unite. So maybe somebody's a photographer, somebody's a singer, a film videographer, and we can unite and like combine our skills to try and elevate ourselves.
Is really we're fighting for. 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 When all the people want is more. Is really we're fighting for. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're so high up there, You have all the cards in the air. You so high up there. You got the lion's share, and you don't really care. Is it really worth fighting for? Yeah, yeah. Is it worth fighting for? Yeah, yeah. Is it worth fighting for? Fighting for. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1. You 1, you 1. Having all the lion's share, as if we the people don't care. You can't take it with you, so why don't you share? Can't have it all to yourself, no. It's really worth fighting for. Yeah, yeah. Is it really worth fighting for? Do you care? It's really worth fighting for. Freedom comes at a cost. Fighting for. 1, 2, 1, 2. Fighting for me and you. Fighting for. We've got to be in the ring, fight like Muhammad Ali, Tyson, Lennox Lewis. Yeah. Oh, Joshua. Fighting for. You know the score. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's right. Hey baby, hey girl. You see, you. You're so high. You.